Today's drawing is a bit obvious, a bit cliche. Staten Lake, the iconic Chicago theater. Heart of downtown, right in the middle of the loop, just south of the river. Sure, I've done some super touristy, iconic spots in the Chi, but I prefer to do stuff that's not necessarily unknown, but low-key pockets, hidden gems. This theater is basically a representation of the city. It is an incredible theater inside and out, but it's definitely a tourist attraction like the Bean or Millennium Park. Even though I've drawn bits of Millennium Park, I have not drawn the Bean, and not because it's not amazing, but just because it's kind of cliche. I'm using a beautiful burnt orange paper. I'm running low on paper options. I need to re-up ASAP. This was just out of necessity, me only having a couple of options. It is summertime still. I figured this would work best. I'm going to be using black for the line work, white for the highlights, and then I'm going to be using a very light blue, just give it a bit of an accent in the sky. I'm going to be looking down State Street, past Staten Lake, train running over State Street in this image, just past the theater. If you were to look at this in real life, the theater would be popping out because of all the lights and the marquee, the iconic vertical Chicago sign. But in this image with the limited options, I'm going to kind of make it fall back and just become a little bit more of the landscape. It's still there. It's still a major player in this image, but it's not necessarily going to pop out color-wise the way that it would in real life. I'm using limited colors. I'm trying to make it feel like a full street scene instead of just the star player, the Chicago theater. A lot of really nice buildings around here. We are actually seeing far enough to the point where we see buildings over on the other side of the river, i.e. one of the Marina Towers, the corncob buildings, and then a handful of buildings behind that. I've talked about perspective in a couple of the last episodes. This one is no different. This is basically 1 point perspective leading backwards down the street. Full block fill in the sky with the light blue. No blue in the image aside from the sky. It also is interesting, this area, because it's pretty much constantly filled with people. There are always people on the sidewalks, traffic in the streets, and in case you haven't noticed a lot of my other drawings, I've simply eliminated the people and the traffic. One day I'm going to use this as a background drawing and make animations that go over top, just like a lot of these other drawings. That's about all. This drawing ain't that serious. No deep meaning. Just an homage to Chicago. I'm going to wrap it up here. Consider it wrapped. I'm done. I'm OJ at Juice Loops Live. Appreciate you for watching. Comment your favorite show you've seen in that theater. I saw Young Coffee open up for Daniel Caesar there. Coffee with a K, that is. Reggae. I'm OJ, Juice Loops Live. Thank you for watching. Send this video to someone you saw a show there with. Or let me know if you know of a good show coming up there. I'm always trying to see live music. I'm trying to figure out my next live show. Thank you and see you then. Peace. A bit obvious, a bit cliche.